Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. So, Keith One Time Thurman has successfully unified the WBC and the WBA welterweight champions to become the unified champion by defeating Danny Swift Garcia in a 12-round split decision. And to me, I felt that was very laughable when they announced that decision because I thought Thurman won this fight by a very comfortable margin. 8 rounds of 4. I mean, I could see 9-3, 9 rounds of 3, which is 117, 111. But needless to say, it was still a competitive fight either way it goes. I felt that Thurman was more accurate. He was using his angles. He was showing the ring generalship in there against Garcia. He was using all angles in the ring where he was able to catch Garcia off guard with those punches. And the thing about Garcia, he himself was very effective with the counter punching too. He was able to dig into Thurman's body, attack the body, so hopefully he could keep him stationary from moving in all angles. So that would try to force Thurman to go toe to toe with him and zap some of his energy, which I think he had some slight success in doing that. But of course, he's dealt with a bigger man who had a bigger, bigger reach and bigger, faster reflexes. That was going to be a challenge for Garcia to do. But I noticed in the first round when Thurman decided to trade with him, he hurt Garcia. He had him railing back on his bicycle in that first round. And, the thing about Garcia, he did able to withstand that and gather his fluidity and start counter punching and using combinations and inside whatnot. But one of the mistakes that Garcia made, was a critical mistake, is Sugar Ray Leonard. Shout out to the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard. He was part of the commentary team with the PBC, with CBS Showtime, with Mauro Ronaldo and Al Bernstein. He pointed out that Garcia just didn't cut off the ring against Thurman. He just followed him all over the ring. That would allow Thurman to use the angles that he wanted inside that square circle, which is a very good point. You're going to have to cut off the ring, dig into the body. That will keep your opponent more stationary. That would keep him thinking twice before trying to use the angles that he wants. So that's a mistake that Garcia made. He was just following Thurman, and obviously his father was trying to tell him to stop following him, and instead cut off the ring, bend your knees when you're trying to elude or try to avoid shots. And that's another thing Garcia didn't do. He didn't bend his knees. Instead, he tried to parry the punches, or he tried to high guard them. He did show some head movement. I'll give him that. He shows some very good head movement. But at the same time, he just didn't really bend his knees throughout the fight. But when so that's one of the things those mistakes that he made, and that's what he needs to correct. Now, Thurman did make some adjustments. He was able to keep his high guard more often than usual in previous fights, because Thurman is known to keep himself wide open when he throws his shots and keep his hands pretty low when he going into fights. He also utilized his jab a lot more than normal, because it was pretty non-existent in the Porter fight, because he was so focused on going on toe-to-toe with Porter and try to outwit him and try to fight the dog in Porter rather than box. And this is the one thing that Keith decided to do. He'd rather box and control the tempo, which is the ring generalship in this fight. So very effective tactic. Of course, so the crowd didn't really like Thurman's the tactics that Thurman employed. And some parts of this fight, and Sugar Ray Leonard kind of had commented on that and said that, this is a situation as a fighter mentality, from a mental standpoint, that you shouldn't focus on the crowd, which the announcers did concur with, and so did I, because I don't understand how could the crowd boo when this majority of the fight was very great. I guess, I don't know, maybe because Garcia is more of a hometown favorite to some degree, because he is from Philly. So that's kind of close to the neighborhood, number one. And number two, Keith Thurman is not really liked in New York. I don't know if it's due to the fact that he disrespected this is at Barclays too, in Brooklyn. So, it may have something to do with the fact that he disrespected Paulie Malignaggi. We all remember that heated press conference a few years ago. Maybe that's where the Brooklyn natives or the supporters couldn't really get over that. I don't know. It just seems like every time Thurman's in that ring and he's fighting at Barclays, he seems to get booed. I don't know why. I just can't understand it. It was a great welterweight fight, even though I felt Thurman won it in a very comfortable margin. I just can't see how Garcia even won this fight. I felt he came up he came up short. Yeah, so that split decision, yeah, I don't agree with that being a split decision. It was more a unanimous decision, if you ask me. So yeah, where does both fighters go from here? I know Keith Thurman was at a press conference. He expressed interest in fighting the winner between Kell Brook and Earl Spence. Uh, Oh yeah, speaking of that, before I go into that, I noticed that Garcia's tactic is also that he was employing the body attack, hoping he could slow down Thurman's mobility, keep him stationary, so that would force him to trade with him. Apparently, that didn't work because we all see that Keith Thurman doesn't handle body shots very well in previous fights, particularly with the Luis Collazo fight, and it's something he was bothered some with it by Sean Porter, but apparently that didn't work, and Thurman was able to keep his game plan going and absorb that. So very good adjustment from Thurman his part to do that. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm out.